Hello, this is Mira Salam, Monique Silva, Ingrid Ferra, Chi Vo, and Joanna Jaimes. Our topic will be about genetically modified organisms.
Let's first begin with the background. Genetically modified organisms, GMOs, are organisms whose DNA has been modified unnaturally through genetic engineering. Genetic engineering has actually been around for thousands of years. To put it simply, specific plants, animals, or bacteria are selected in order to breed a larger population of the wanted characteristics of those organisms. Have you ever seen GMO labeled on the food you are purchasing? This label indicates that the food you are buying is genetically modified. The main reason for genetically modifying foods is for products to have wanted traits, such as increasing resistance to insects, making food more nutritious, or elevating the flavor. One great example of genetic engineering is the corn we find in supermarkets. Many years ago, corn kernels were much smaller, harder, and had different colors. Overall, corn was harder to consume. Today's corn is much larger, softer, and typically the bright yellow color. However, genetically engineering foods this way takes hundreds to thousands of years. Modern recombinant DNA technology is now able to take specific DNA from different products and mix them together into one. This is just a corn comparison of modern corn and ancestral corn. As you can see, modern corn is much larger and the bright yellow color that we spoke of in the last slide. Ancestral corn is much smaller, rougher, and overall harder to eat.
Current GMO technology. GMO technology has been used for agricultural purposes. For example, the GMOs increase crop yield and reduce the cost of food and drug consumption. Not only that, but they also improve food quality and nutrient composition. Advances in GMOs have also been used to produce mature crops quickly without the need of pesticides and have made them tolerable of drought, frost, and other environmental stressors. Animals have also been used to be genetically modified to raise the birth rate or the production of offspring and decrease diseases. An example of GMOs being used would be to improve gut health. Engineers modified a strain of bacteria that is safe for for human consumption to help protect the natural flora of the human digestive tract. Not only that, but cattle have been enhanced to exhibit resistance to mad cow disease because of GMOs.
Advances in GMO technology. Control of engineered genes and experimental variations. Minimize risk. Built-in identification factors clear the way for monitoring and separation of genetically modified products from non-GMOs. An example of a built-in identification factor could be pigmentation. Examples of built-in control techniques include inducible promoters and geographic isolation. Controversies. An example of a GMO controversy is unintended economic consequences. Private companies often claim ownership of GMOs without considering sharing the cost with the public. If the claim is correct, the use of genetically modified crops can contribute to the downfall of the economy and environment because large-scale farm productions will have an advantage over small farmers who cannot afford the technology. However, evidence from first-generation genetically modified crops does not support the argument above. The evidence states that the benefits of the first-generation genetically modified crops are shared downstream in both industrial and developing countries. Another example of a controversy is unintended impacts on other species. The Bt corn controversy. Bt corn extracts a protein from Bacillus thuringiensis that can be toxic to many other harmful insects, such as the monarch caterpillar. Nonetheless, scientists confirm that the risk of Bt corn to monarchs is very low, causing the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency to approve Bt corn for an additional 7 years.
The biggest controversy surrounding genetically modified food is how people have always viewed it with a negative light. People always think that they are not safe for consumption since they are unnatural. But in reality, genetic modification is a process that can happen in nature. We are simply taking that process and making it happen faster to yield traits that would benefit us. As to make people less concerned about their safety, genetically modified food are tested for many years for its impact on environmental, human, and animal health before they even make it to the market. Sometimes even more than their organic counterpart. And while some organic farming allow the use of pesticides, genetically modified crops can be made to thrive without toxic substances. But for many decades now, people have always given GMOs a bad reputation, so it greatly affects how they should be labeled and their share of the market. From the green color on the check on organic or non-GMO labels, the consumer attention is grabbed and signal them to think of genetically modified organism negatively. Along with this, companies have also used such knowledge against consumer as an opportunity to raise prices for organic products, even if they don't always have better qualities. My groupmate will give you the statistic on how this affects people's shopping behavior on the next slide.
Where are we now with genetically modified organism products? Are more people buying GMO products? It has been found that many consumers avoid GMOs, and many articles found that people consider GMO and organic products healthy. About 46% consumers avoid GMO products, and 42% actively look for non-GMO seals. COVID-19 encouraged the healthiness of products. GMO products are being made of corn, soybean, potato, summer squash, papaya, and many more crops. Potential genetically modified organism applications are microorganisms as future clean fuel producers and biodegraders, a manageable solution to the spread of diseases. GMO products are also used to produce recombinant vaccines. An oral vaccine is expressed in plants for direct consumption by individuals. Scientists are also branching out to lots of other plants to find different proteins, such as spider silk protein and polymers.
And in conclusion, here are all of our references. Thank you for listening.